There. So this is Dr. Ann-Louise Lockhart with a New Day Pediatric Psychology. So I feel like I have to discuss something that is kind of obvious, but not always discussed. Sometimes it is, but not all the time. So it's my hair, and I'm always changing it. So I chopped it all off like 3 weeks ago, and I colored it red. So ever since I was a kid, I loved fashion, makeup, clothes, hair stuff. As soon as I could do my own hair at 10, I asked my mom if I could. So, but there's a deeper reason for that. So of course I have to go a little bit deep because I am a psychologist, and this is a site that's meant to heal and educate and inspire. So, I do that because it helps me to practice self-care. It helps me to renew myself every few weeks or months. So I've had box braids, I've had wash and goes, I've had twist outs, I've had just kind of a curly fro, I've had faux locks and faux braids and goddess locks, really the range of it. And I love trying out new things. I've had blonde, red, dark brown, black, highlights, flat iron, bobs, everything. And I think it's important because that may not be your cup of tea, and that's fine. If you don't like to change up your hair or do makeup or clothes, that doesn't matter. What the whole goal is that for me, my hair, changing up my style, my clothes, I don't have one signature look that I like to wear because I like to mix it up. And that helps me to keep things fresh and new, because monotony, I think, kills a lot of people. Not like literally, but it can, well, sometimes, but I think that monotony and same, things that are always the same all the time, it breeds boredom, and it breeds, it makes you feel like you have a lack of purpose. And I think it's really important to keep things changed up. So that's why for me, Monday through Wednesday, I see patients in my practice. Thursdays and Fridays, I don't work in terms of seeing patients. Thursdays are my big admin days. I do a lot of things in terms of, that's when I wrote my book, my ebook. That's when I do things for administrative stuff that I need for my practice. That's when I do a lot of creative thinking in terms of what else I want to do, or thinking of what next step or what new venture I want to do, or traveling on Thursdays and Fridays once a month to do workshops and trainings for other places that I'm contracting with. So these are things that I'm doing that helps kind of change up my week so that it's not always the same thing all the time. It really helps to rejuvenate me. So even if I'm feeling burnt out, stressed, overwhelmed, looking forward to knowing that, you know what, it's not always going to be the same every day. And then even Monday through Wednesday, when I see people, that's why I like to see a variety of presenting issues and a variety of ages. I don't just see children and adolescents. I also see adults as well. And I see people with ADHD and depression and anxiety, but also I do some life coaching and parent coaching and helping out with psychological testing and assessment and supervision of an intern. And, you know, I do a variety of things, and that's what makes it exciting and fresh all the time and not boring. Your job should never be boring. It should never feel like you're just doing it just to do it. And I think some people think that when they're doing things, they're just working for somebody. They're just working for themselves. They're just a stay-at-home mom or dad. They're just single. I mean, it should never be just anything. That you should take your time and not just fully dedicate all your time to that one thing. It's good to mix it up. So then that way you're keeping yourself fresh and renewed, and you're taking care of yourself, that you're not feeling burnt out and bored. Because frankly, it makes you more irritable and miserable when you're interacting with your kids and your spouse and your coworkers. It just makes you more miserable when you're just doing the same thing all the time. So that is why I wanted to bring up this whole hair thing and changing up what I like to wear and how I do things. And because I think it makes life exciting, and that's how I express myself. So I think it's a great way for me to be able to find ways to renew myself. So what is yours? How do you do that for yourself? How do you do things so that that way you keep things fresh and new and exciting? And that way you're not getting so bored with your life, and you're not making yourself feel more worried or anxious, depressed, and down. So just want to leave you that little thing on a Friday. I hope you have a great weekend, and do something fun for yourself. Do something new and different. Take care.